Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown celebrating Valentine's Day the only way we know how, by bringing Hollywood home on a budget for you and your Valentine. Many folks will say that there's a certain stigma associated with getting engaged and getting married on Valentine's Day, that doing so is just an omen for calamity. Honestly, I don't care when you do it. If anything, you'll probably appreciate Valentine's Day a little more than you used to, no matter what your reservations were about it, because you won't soon forget that day because you got married on that day. I don't know how many couples will be joining you for that this year or in previous years, but whenever or wherever you're planning to tie the knot, if you want to become the modern bride of this wild ride that you call marriage, you had better live up to that retired magazine's name. Yes, Modern Bride was a magazine brand for bride-to-bees everywhere. And of course, those lovelorn voyeurs who wanted a piece of the bride-to-be action, even though, well, they weren't brides-to-be as of yet. I picked this up because, while I have no intention of becoming a modern bride anytime soon, although that's not to say that I dash any hopes of becoming a modern groom, if I keep this only to plan on giving it to my future modern bride so that she could use it well then I will have served her good, and this book will serve her, as it will serve many others who are looking to become modern brides good as well. This is the Modern Bride Survival Guide, which I picked up for $3.99. This also includes, or was supposed to include, a special offer for a subscription to Modern Bride magazine, which is no longer in print. It's included with the purchase of this book, and do you call this a promo for a subscription to Modern Bride magazine? I don't think so. I would want something to actually mail, like those flyers that you get in various magazines. Those tiny ones, like the ones I get in Bridal magazine. Anyway, this was published by Wiley, with headquarters in Hoboken. It's by Antonia Meer, who's the editor-in-chief of Modern Bride magazine, or was, really. And retails for $29.95 in the US, $35.99 in Canada, and $16.99 in the UK. For decades, Modern Bride magazine has been helping women turn their dream weddings into reality. Now the editor-in-chief of Modern Bride has created today's ultimate wedding planner, an indispensable guide to getting ready for your special day. From selecting the ideal dress to planning an idyllic honeymoon. Bursting with expert advice, the Modern Bride Survival Guide will help bring your fantasies to life with a perfect combination of inspiration and advice. And there's so much inspiration and advice jam-packed into this tome that's gonna help you avoid the tomb of divorce later on. That is, if you use this book right. So what does this book cover, besides the things it mentioned in the dust jacket? Well, it covers everything you need to know to make sure you have a memorable ceremony. From picking the right location for your ceremony, to designing invitations, selecting the guests, picking out a caterer, a DJ, crafting a menu, planning and organizing a great reception, setting up your registry, finding that all-important perfect wedding dress and tux and wardrobe for all the guests, your bridesmaids and your grooms, your best man, your best girl, decor ideas for centerpieces for your tables for the reception, for the wedding, and of course, planning a destination wedding and a honeymoon as well. This is so wonderfully illustrated, lavishly photographed, and so tremendously practical and helpful, all carrying that casual conversational tone throughout, while still maintaining a firm yet guiding, helpful hand throughout these proceedings. Not to say that this borders on, bachelorette party gap fest sessions, but it plays it safe. And as I'm scrolling through this, because, this is not really my forte, so I'm only giving you the best description that I can of this, you'll also see plenty of Q&A sections at the end of every chapter in here, in case you have any last-minute apprehensions about planning a wedding. I want to say, in regards to how thorough this book is, that it covers the variables, and beyond that, the variables within the variables. From helpful lists to select your dream wedding playlist, and of course, the all-important grub at a reception and the ceremony itself, to how to be good to your bridesmaids by taking them for a bachelorette party, short of going to Vegas and just blowing it all up. And that applies to the grooms too, bachelor party. And of course, plenty of helpful tips and anecdotes from brides-to-be and brides-have-been throughout, if that's even a thing. Oh well. Brides after the fact. The newlyweds. At the end of this book, you'll find helpful budget worksheets, a wedding countdown list, a schedule, a registry checklist, a lot of helpful worksheets and lists in here that you can check out and check off when need be, so that you're following this book to a T and you're following your wedding planning to a T as well. Which might have to deviate from this as a whole because, well, you know, COVID is an equal opportunity screw-up. So as long as you adhere to COVID safety protocols and still follow this book to a T, then I think you'll be in good shape. This is Antonia Meer, who, yes, is a bride herself, married to her husband, Peter. And I have to say, whoever this Peter is, you're doing my first name proud. He's a relatively good-looking gal. Let's check out the back, shall we? This is the ultimate wedding planner from the experts at Modern Bride. Again with that word ultimate. You know that's so very subjective. It might not be ultimate for some. And hey, it doesn't look that ultimate to me because you see how far along the dust jacket here the cover of this book is? From cover to spine to cover? Yeah, that makes it a little bit weird to read, but not that much. See that? Oh well, because of everything I just said, this really is, well, bordering on the ultimate wedding planner. Just make sure you take stock of those COVID safety protocols, and you're good to go. 5 out of 5 claps because of the dedication to the Modern Bride readers, which is the equivalent to the acknowledgement of the fans of any media outlet, whether on screen or in print, paperback or hardcover. Well, I pleaded a hard case for this, so it's up to you. Next time somebody says this before you get married,
Ari, you look so beautiful. You look like you stepped out of Modern Bride.
Remember the Modern Bride survival guide, just in case you want to be the Lucy Hale of that wedding veil. This has everything you need to plan an endgame wedding and beyond. What lies beyond is up to you.
You are now Mr. and Mrs. Peterson, the second. Now you may kiss the bride.
That was a real one.
Bye.
Bye.
Have fun on your honeymoon.
Thanks for watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the thrift side.